By 2040, San Francisco could be the place where AI stops being a tool and starts being a force of nature. Picture a quiet office in Soma at 2 a.m. There's no team inside, no founder pacing with coffee, just servers, lights, and an AI system shipping updates every few minutes. New companies are born from datasets, not dorm rooms. New products are tested, deployed, and improved without waiting for human meetings. And the most unsettling part? The city that once built technology to empower people might end up building something that doesn't care whether people are included at all. San Francisco today is a contradiction. Breathtaking views and brutal costs, brilliant innovation and visible inequality. It's VC meetings in cafes, hoodie uniforms in glass offices, and ideas that go global before they're even finished. The Bay Area made the smartphone, the social feed, the cloud, systems that rewired everyday life across the planet. But it also became a warning label for what happens when innovation outruns governance. Skyrocketing housing, cultural displacement, and a city that can feel like it's being optimized for money rather than community. That tension makes 2040 feel inevitable, because SF doesn't just adopt the future. It invents it. In 2040, the biggest disruption is entrepreneurship itself. AI systems can launch startups without human founders. They identify a problem from market data, generate a solution, build the software, run ads, handle customer support, and iterate based on feedback. Autonomous coding agents dominate development, writing and refactoring code at a pace that makes human teams feel slow. Venture capital shifts from betting on people to auditing models, funding the AI systems that reliably generate profitable products. And because the loop is so fast, markets evolve weekly, not yearly. San Francisco becomes a city where companies are less like organizations and more like self-updating organisms. Mobility becomes a quiet, software-first utility. Driverless public transit runs with near-perfect timing. Shuttles that flex routes based on demand, buses that arrive like clockwork, and trains that adjust frequency automatically when the city senses a surge. Sidewalk robots carry groceries up steep streets, while delivery drones connect waterfront warehouses to hilltop neighborhoods. Even parking starts to vanish. Not because SF magically becomes spacious, but because autonomous fleets keep moving instead of sitting still. The city feels less clogged and more breathable. But there's a catch. When mobility is software, outages and hacks don't just cause delays. They can paralyze an entire region. Entire districts run on AI optimization like a living spreadsheet. Power grids forecast usage down to the building and shift loads to prevent blackouts. Water systems detect leaks instantly. Waste collection becomes predictive. Bins schedule their own pickup. In some neighborhoods, your digital twin interacts with the city before you do. It reserves shared workspaces, negotiates energy pricing for your apartment, and suggests safer walking routes based on real-time conditions. On paper, it's a dream. Efficiency, sustainability, less friction. In practice, you may start to feel like you're living inside a product, where every choice is tracked, scored, and nudged toward what the system calls better. For decades, being a software engineer in San Francisco meant you were building the future. By 2040, you may be competing with it. Coding AIs can produce production-ready features in minutes, test them automatically, and patch vulnerabilities before a human reviews the pull request. Many engineers shift into roles like model oversight, safety evaluation, and systems governance. Less writing code, more deciding what code is allowed to do. Meanwhile, entire layers of white-collar work get compressed. Product managers, analysts, support teams, replaced by AI agents that run continuous experiments. The job market doesn't collapse overnight. It reorganizes around one question. What value do humans add when intelligence is cheap? Innovation evolves beyond human control, not with a single dramatic AI takeover, but with 1,000 small decisions nobody fully understands. Models improve themselves, tools connect to tools, and systems begin acting in ways that are rational to the algorithm, but confusing to the public. A new logistics AI reroutes deliveries to maximize efficiency, and accidentally wipes out small businesses that relied on foot traffic. A hiring model optimizes for performance, and silently excludes entire communities. The scariest part isn't a robot walking the streets. It's waking up one morning and realizing the city's most important decisions are being made inside black boxes. In San Francisco, surveillance doesn't always look like police cameras. It looks like product analytics applied to real life. Data collection becomes normalized because it arrives wrapped in convenience. Faster transit, safer streets, smarter utilities. Sensors measure traffic, noise, air quality, and foot flow. Apps measure where you go, what you buy, and how long you stay. The city becomes a dataset with people inside it. And once you're living in a dataset, the line between helping the city and profiling citizens gets thin. Who owns that data? Who can subpoena it? Who can sell it? In 2040, those questions become politics. The tech elite thrive, and the pressure on everyone else intensifies. Housing remains a battlefield. Even if new construction rises, access is shaped by income, status, and proximity to the best AI-serviced zones. People with equity in AI companies live in frictionless bubbles, private shuttles, premium healthcare, AI tutors for their kids. Meanwhile, service workers and artists are pushed farther out, commuting longer distances into a city that markets itself as the future. The irony is sharp. A place that prides itself on democratizing technology becomes a city where the benefit of intelligence are gated like luxury real estate. A day in SF 2040 feels like living inside a continuous AIB test. Your commute is auto-planned. Your calendar reshuffles itself because the city predicts rain and transit demand. You walk into a cafe and your usual order appears, because your health metrics say you slept poorly, and the system recommends less caffeine today. At work, AI agents have already drafted strategies, built prototypes, and run market simulations. Your role is to choose directions and take responsibility when something goes wrong. After hours, you see two versions of the city. One where everything feels smooth and optimized, and another where people who can't afford the optimization live with more ads, more friction, and fewer options. It's efficient. It's impressive. And it's quietly exhausting. The final vision of San Francisco 2040 is a city managed almost entirely by algorithms, cleaner, faster, and more productive than ever. Startups are born, scaled, and sold with minimal human involvement. Transit flows like software. Utilities run themselves. And yet the mood is complicated. A feeling that the city is brilliant, but slightly detached from the humans who live there. SF becomes the place where the future is always arriving early, and where society is forced to answer the hardest question first. If intelligence becomes abundant, what do we want to do with it? And who gets to decide? If an AI could run San Francisco better than humans, less crime, less traffic, more prosperity, but it required total data access, would you vote yes? Comment yes or a no. And tell me what your one non-negotiable rule would be. This is Infinity AI TV, Infinite Stories, Infinite Imagination. Subscribe for more news.